Oh, hello everyone. I am super excited to be here today with this video because we are finally sitting down and doing a dedicated Mafia romance recommendations video. I love Mafia romance. Throughout the years, I've definitely read a lot. I mean, some books that I am just absolutely obsessed with and consume my mind very often are actually Mafia romances. I have some on here that maybe I've put in previous dark romance recommendations videos, but a lot of these I feel like I haven't really talked about on here as much. There's one genre that I truly think I have the most fun with while reading. It's Mafia books. Like, they just truly hit every single time. I always have fun with them. I always just am invested in the story, and I really am always happy when I read a Mafia book. Let's just say that. Okay, so I think that is plenty for this intro. So if you want to stick around and hear some of my top favorite Mafia romance book recommendations, then let's just get right on into it. Okay, shall we start with the most recent book that I've read to put on this list that I absolutely loved, by one of my all-time favorite authors. We have My Dark Fairy Tale by Gianna Darling. This is a hot, fresh new release. By the time I'm filming this video, this book literally came out, yesterday? But I did get to listen to an ALC of this book, which is an advanced listening copy, and I love the audiobook for this so much. Just as an FYI, this book will be part of a series. This ends on a cliffhanger. I don't know if it's going to be a duet or something like that, but for sure ends on a cliffhanger. So the next book will follow this same couple. This book is about, I think his name is Raph? I don't know. It's something like that. And the main girl's name is Guinevere, which I love the name Guinevere, by the way. This book is interesting because they have a really interesting meet cute where she is actually running away from something and then ends up getting hit by his Ferrari. I almost said Fiat. Gets hit by his car, and then he's like, oh my god, I have to take care of this girl that I just hit. She is on vacation in Italy. She is by herself. This is like a dream trip that she's always wanted to be on. So again, she gets injured and this guy, rescues her, takes care of her. Very much part of the dark fairy tale situation. Then discovers there's more going on. There's a little bit of an age gap in here. Well, I say little bit. It's an 11-year age gap. In my opinion, I'm like, oh, we could have made it a heavier age gap. Come on, Gianna. I love Italian mafia. Out of all the mafias, that's my favorite. That sounds insane to say. To be like, out of all the mafias, that's my favorite. But it's true. I am mostly Italian, so I do like reading Italian mafia. I love when they eat Italian food, when they speak Italian. I really love it. I loved the ending of this book. I thought the beginning was great. The middle I was having a really good time with. Then at the end, it really just skyrocketed, and I loved the drama. I loved the cliffhangers so much in this book. I know some people feel a certain sort of way about cliffhangers. I don't mind them at all. Don't ask me when the second book is coming out. I truly have no idea, but I really thought this was great. So if you need a new fresh mafia book to check out, go for this one. I know you will have a great time because I loved it. And for another mafia author who I love, I've read most of her backlist. She did have a new release this year. She has another one coming out in this new series, but I do have to give a shout out to my girl Mila Finelli. Again, I've probably talked about these in the past, but she has her first Kings of Italy series, which the first two books are a duet, Mafia Mistress and Mafia Darling. These follow the same couple. Then the other books in the series, this is Mafia Mad Men, then it goes Mafia Target, Mafia Virgin. Those follow other couples, but all these people are connected. This is age gap delicious. These are dark, okay? I would definitely say there's pretty dark things that happen in them. These men are definitely, not sunshine and roses. I feel like especially this one, which dare I say is maybe one of my favorite. I could easily reread this whole series and have the best time. The spice is also so hot and delicious. So if you, again, have not checked these out, please do. They do also all have audiobooks. Audiobooks are great. Her new book is called Empire of Temptation, I believe. And this I had the best time with because this is actually a New York-based mafia series. This one I would actually say is a good beginner mafia book because it's nowhere near as dark and intense as these. Because in this book, the girl owns a restaurant and the main guy comes in and he has, of course, plans for the female main character. he knows who she is when he arrives, but his plans, it just kind of gets, you know, his revenge plan, I guess, gets a little bit pushed to the side because he does end up really liking the main girl. He helps her with her Italian restaurant. He just kind of comes in and takes over in like a typical mafia man fashion. Kind of gives like a small town mafia vibe. Like it kind of really does. I still had a great time. The second book actually takes place on like a vineyard. It's her friend who has like a vineyard, so I'm really excited for that. I'm curious to see if the series is going to kind of keep that like small town-ish vibes with not as much, you know, like, you know, kidnapping and like big, you know, violent shootouts and stuff again that the other series has. Like, I wonder if it's going to go in that direction or if it's going to kind of stay this like small town, spicy, you know, kind of fun mafia. If Mila Finelli writes it, I will read it. So what I'm trying to say is Mila Finelli is an auto-buy mafia author. If you have not checked out her books, you must, okay? You literally must. Quickly, another book that I read this year that I have talked about in like a previous reading wrap up, we have Crow by A. Zavarelli. This is the first book in a whole Mafia series. Again, I've only listened to this one on audio, and I will say I did love it. I was in the mood after I watched the movie Honora, which I'm obsessed with, to read a book where the main character is like a dancer. You know what I'm talking about, like an adult dancer at like a club. And I forgot that I had this audiobook, and when I looked it up, this book came up as a suggestion because in this book, the girl goes undercover. She goes undercover at the club, is a dancer, but then the main guy from, you know, the mafia becomes very attached to her. And there's a lot of action in this book. The main character is a badass. She's also like a fighter too. And it was just very fun. Like it was so good. I need to buy the other books in the series on audio and listen to them because I did have such a good time with this book. I highly recommend it. I think it's Irish Mob is one of them. I think. This is on your radar or you've never heard of it and you're in that mafia mood, for sure go for it because I really had a great time. My baby, I have a whole interview with Miss Marie Marvia on my YouTube. Her trio of books that starts with Skeletons of Society, then it goes into Syndicate of Sins, then it is, what is the last one? Why am I blanking? That's my favorite book in the series. Whatever, forget it. It's on the screen. These books by Miss Marie are amazing. The audiobooks are so well done. These, not only do you get a little bit of mafia, you get some motorcycle club, you get cartel, you get the works, and it is a series of connected, you know, standalone. So each book follows a different couple, but all these people exist in the same world. Read all three. Truly read all three. The third book is my favorite because it is like fake dating, which is, you know, just going to be my favorite trope. But all of them are amazing. Skeletons of Society, again, features another extremely badass female MC. But the thing is, all of Marie's books do. It's kind of her thing to write these really badass women that people connect with and they love. I love them. Again, I love Marie so much. She is an angel. Her books are genuinely so good. I highly suggest you check her out because they're so good. Like they're truly, I don't know how you can read Skeletons of Society and not be obsessed with it. Like truly, I love Ryan and Gunnar. Like they're my babies. So hot. Love, 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 love. Oldie, but a goodie that I feel like I have to include, and that's Promises and Pomegranates by Savar Miller. I have like 2 books left in the series of books. I don't think all of them technically fall under the Mafia umbrella while they are like dark romances. This one for sure is Mafia. And this is just like a Hades and Persephone like Mafia retelling. They kind of have history, and when she goes to marry someone else, he's like, no, she's gonna marry me, and he literally offs the fiance on the wedding day and like kind of somewhat kidnaps her, force her into marriage. Well, like forces her to like be with him, and it's just so good. God, this book was a blast. I remember reading this book on my Kindle and I was just obsessed. I really need to like finish this series and like finish Sav's backlist because I really love her writing so much. She has a lot of Mafia books. Even this book, she has a prequel book too, which I need to get to. Really so fun. And again, mega memorable for me because I read it a while ago and I still think about Cal and Elena to this day. And that's how you know, because I have the memory of a peanut. So truly, if I say a book is memorable for me, that's a very big sign that it's good and you should check it out. Then we have Brutal Intentions by Lilith Vincent. If you want something quite dark and quite taboo, here you go. This book is, is it her almost step uncle? Almost stepfather? It's an almost step something situation, okay? So that's how you know. Very taboo, big age gap, very possessive man. This was a quick listen, which I appreciated. I didn't get to the sequel yet. I think the sequel follows a different couple, but I do remember thinking this book was super fun and super hot. And again, I wanted to throw something in here for the people who want something with a like Mafia with a little bit of a taboo flair. I remember the ending of this book was really bonkers. It's really for a specific audience. Again, definitely people who lean a little bit more to the taboo side. I think you'll have fun with it. I thought it was super fun. Obviously really hot. One thing about Lilith Vincent is she writes very, very, very hot books. Quickly, another book that I've talked about on multiple videos on this page, but I want to throw it in because I do love it so much. Another book, super memorable for me, we have Phantom by Greer Rivers. All you need to know about this is a modern day Phantom of the Opera retelling with a Mafia twist. I love Phantom of the Opera. I've said this so many times on my page, which is why I'm not going to sit here and talk about this book for that long. You must check it out. I need to check out the other books in the series as well. There's one that's inspired by Moulin Rouge, one that's inspired by like Sweeney Todd, all of my favorite things. I will get to them and report back, I promise. But if you haven't checked out Phantom yet, go for it. Go for it. It was so, 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 so good. Another book that like I'm sitting here thinking about and I'm like, oh shit, I should reread that. Then we have Summer O'Toole. I have talked about these books, I'm pretty sure, on this page, maybe. But her Fox Brothers series. I'm happy to report now, I haven't listened to them on audio, but these books do have audiobooks now, which is great. When I was reading them as they were coming out, they didn't have audio. So now you can either read it on Kindle, go for the audiobook, which I think is great. These are mostly Irish Mafia, and another example of books that are so fun. The first book in the series is Hate Me. No, first book in the series is Make Me. The second book is called Hate Me. Then it's Keep Me, and then the last book, it has the purple cover. I can't remember the name. These books are just the perfect mix of super entertaining, excellent family slash found family dynamic because again, it's all the Fox brothers and you know, the relationships that they're in, their partners, they all have a really great dynamic with each other. The spice is so hot. The actual action in this book and the actual plots of the book are super, super interesting. And again, I think about Hate Me all the time. This book always crosses my mind. I think about them. It was amazing. I definitely would re-listen to it on audio in a heartbeat. These are mega, 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 mega underrated, and I highly suggest you check them out. Just hitting me, I forgot to put in this Persephone Black duet that I also read a couple weeks ago. This is a Mafia duet, and this is Sapphic Mafia. So we do have another female-led Mafia book. This duet I thought was great. The audiobooks were quick, another quick, easy duet, super hot. It's another actually Hades and Persephone inspired, because one thing about Mafia books, as you see, is they will be inspired by Hades and Persephone. I love that this was Sapphic. Persephone Black has a crap ton of Sapphic Mafia books in her backlist. This is the first book in like a series. But this one is just the duet that follows these two people. But again, I think there's other books that follow other couples. It wasn't too aggressively dark, but again, there is definitely some violence in here. A lot of action. I think especially like the second book in the duet was really fun. So overall, I gave it like 4 stars per book. It's super solid, criminally underrated. I actually don't know a single person who I'm mutuals with who has read this aside from me. So there we go. Another oldie but a goodie series that you might know already if you're a big Mafia person, but I do want to throw in the J.T. Geisinger series because I've read every single book in the series. I listened to all 4 of them on audio. If you can do the audio, I suggest it because the accents were just chef's kiss. The first book in the series is called, what is it? I actually don't even remember what the first one is called. But the second book is Carnal Urges, then it's Savage Hearts and Brutal Vows. Savage Hearts and Brutal Vows, which are the two that I feel like I see the people talk about the least are my two favorites. Shockingly, Carnal Urges, which is the kidnapping one, is it's just I'm laughing at saying like the kidnapping one. Carnal Urges, which is the one that has the kidnapping in it. It's the girl Sloane, who's the best friend of the girl in book one. This is the one that everyone talks about that they love. And listen, this book was great. But something about Savage Hearts and Brutal Vows are the two that I think about the most from the series. Brutal Vows is a marriage of convenience. Savage Hearts is also kind of like a kidnapping situation, and they're just so good. Like, I think the first two books in the series are good. The last two books in the series are great. But yeah, they are so hot. I really like the connecting plot in all of these books is really fun. Like, again, I especially remember the plot flowing in from book 3 to book 4 was really interesting. And I do think these books are totally worth all of the hype that they get. We have Beautiful Carnage by Carolyn Peckman and Susan, whatever her name is, the authors of Zodiac Academy. Haven't read Zodiac Academy, but I have read this book and I loved it because this is a twist on like Romeo and Juliet Mafia and a book after my own heart. I listened to this audiobook. No, I'm a liar. I didn't even listen to it on audio. I read this book on my Kindle so long ago. But again, I think about this book all the time. This is a kidnapping on her wedding day, which is one of my favorite niche tropes that you basically only find in Mafia romance. Get that forced proximity. They're like in a cabin in the woods in the snow. Again, it's like that forbidden romance, that Romeo and Juliet, but he's also like an asshole to her in the beginning, and then they really grow to like each other. Another book that crosses my mind a lot, super underrated. I barely see this book pop up in the Mafia conversation, but it was so good. There is a sequel that's called like Savage Hearts, I think, or it's Savage something. Beautiful Savage maybe, that follows other characters. Didn't like that nearly as much as this one. It was still like okay, but this one was the shining star and I loved it. Another one of my all-time favorite Mafia books, I would say. Finally, we will end this list with another book that was one of my top favorites of last year. Another kidnapping on the wedding day. We have Twisted Pride by Cora Riley. I will not sit here and talk about this book too much because again, I have multiple videos raving about it. Oh, I love this book. A delicious age gap. Pretty dang dark compared to Cora's other series, which I have read. Her other first Mafia, well, I don't know if it's her first Mafia series, but the series that comes before this one, that I thought was fine. You know, there's some good books in there, but overall, I think they're just okay. This book was a shining star. This book, oh my God. Oh, I love this book so much. Just thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I had the best time listening to this audiobook. My only downfall for it is it is a smidge too long. Like, it's a little bit long, but I don't care. 5 stars. One of my favorite Mafia books, again, of all time. So hot. So hot. Like, oh. That was all of my favorite Mafia books. I feel like you got a whole bunch of recommendations in this video. What are some of your favorite Mafia books? Please let me know down below. I would love to get more recommendations. Thank you so much for watching this video. All of my socials are down below. TikTok, you know, TikTok, Instagram, Goodreads to keep up with what I'm reading in the moment. If you like this video, please make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share. It means the world to me. If you're watching this, let me know on Instagram, like tag me, hello. And that was all for today's video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.